Coolness. Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about minimalist grounding shoes, okay? These are called Earth Runners. So, I've been wearing these shoes for around 5 months now, and I'm addicted. I haven't been wearing any of my other shoes, and here's why. Alright, these are not your ordinary shoes or sandals. Okay, they have a rubber sole and then a hemp insole. And since I've started wearing these on a regular basis, what I've noticed is that since I'm not relying on that raised heel that most normal shoes have, my posture has totally been corrected, and in my posture being corrected, my breathing's been deeper, and I don't get that lower back pain as much. Okay, but there's a lot more to these than just that. So I'm just gonna read some of my notes here. So the design comes from the Tarahumara natives. I hope I'm saying that right. The actual name Tarahumara was the first Spanish, was what the first Spanish called the Native American people, these Native American people. And Rada Moody has been translated to mean runners, which I guess is another name for them. So literally these people are born natural runners, I guess. It's in their blood, is what I'm saying. So this is kind of how this is where the design comes from. This is how they'd make their own shoes by themselves, out of just whatever materials they had around. And so they mimic walking on the earth barefoot. That's what they're really meant for. And, since doing that, I've really tuned into this kind of primal state of just feeling like I'm super connected to nature and my environment, compared to when I was wearing normal shoes. I loved being out in nature, but I didn't get that kind of primal state of forget about that we're in the 20th century or whatever. Nature's really timeless, so it really tuned me into that kind of timeless state, I guess you could say. So yeah, they're made out of hemp insoles, and they got this rubber bottom, really nice grip, and I really haven't had any problems with them. I thought I was gonna get some kind of these were gonna be rubbing against my heels and start hurting, but after 3 days I'd really broken them in, and they fit really snug, and I could run in them. They're called Earth Runners, so I was literally running in them on a regular basis. And they have this copper pin on the bottom, right, which connects to these laces, which are actually stitched with copper lining. And so, what this does is each time you hit the ground, it creates this conduction. And so, this isn't too widely known, but the earth has these negative ions that come off of it, and it gives off a charge. And so when you're wearing normal rubber shoes, rubber is non-conductive, so you don't get that conductivity running through your body. And so this is grounding technology, is what it is, right? And it's amazing because there's so many benefits that have been proven. There's been millions of dollars that have gone into this research. It's not just some woo-woo stuff out there. This is proven stuff. So you're absorbing these negative ions from the earth, and what this also does is it discharges the non-native EMF that we encounter on a daily basis. Like with things like with Bluetooth. I mean, if you have those AirPods or those Bluetooths, or on if you have it on your phone, I never turn that on. It's so bad for your cells and for your mind. It really interferes with the normal way our body works, because we are electromagnetic beings. We give off, you know, our own electromagnetic field. You know, they've proven it. They've taken pictures of people with these special cameras that you can see this field around their body, which some people call your aura, you know, whatever. And so, you know, things like Wi-Fi, I call it, or Matt Blackburn calls it Wi-Fi, which I love. But, you know, things like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and then 5G is going to be rolling in soon. They've already got it going on in LA, and that's just going to be like, ooh, you're really going to want to have some grounding shoes, you know, once they get that going, because that's going to be really interfering with people's minds, with their bodies. And so, yeah, these discharge that, you know, like I love having these on, or, you know, you can also just walk barefoot a couple times each day, like when you're on the phone, you know, go outside, maybe touch a tree, and that'll discharge all the EMF that's coming through. So, yeah, it's been proven to help with, I mean, just from my experience, it's really helped with like my inflammation from like when I get what I get from running, like the soreness. And I've noticed it gives that foot strike when you're hitting the ground each time. That foot strike is like on point. It's not, it's just more like smooth each time, like, you know. So the foot strikes definitely improved. Feel more connected to nature, and I get better sleep too. Like my sleep has really improved when I do some like walking around either barefoot or in these grounding shoes, which I like because I don't really like walking barefoot everywhere, you know. And they're pretty fly looking. Like I'd wear these with a suit, or, you know. And yeah, just last little point here is some high-end athletes have been using this grounding footwear and technology, you know. So like, I mean, I think I was watching a video, some bikers from the Tour de France, and they were doing, like, the Tour de France is intense, and they need some quick recovery for the next day, you know, that keeps them, you know, healed quickly. And so these guys were like using they weren't using earth runners, but they were using some other grounding technology that's like, works like this. It connects to the ground, like a copper stake or something, and they'd do that, and then it'd be attached to a cord with a sticky kind of thing that you can stick on your skin, like where you were having pain, and it would send those negative ions through the body. And like these guys were getting healed the next day. Some guys would like fall off their bikes, get some nasty bruises, and they'd just put some patches, you know, where they got those bruises, and then next day they'd be ready to go. So, you know, and they were doing some testimonials, like these guys were like, yeah, this stuff really works. So, yeah, don't take my word for it. Go get yourself a pair of Earth Runners, or just walk outside barefoot, you know, take a couple deep breaths, and you'll feel it. So, love you guys. Have a great day. Get some ground.